mean, surely this is going to put a lot of pressure on the Navi team to try and smoke off at least one of those orbs during any one execute. But that also means that, you know, especially if you don't have all the grenades necessarily, I mean, you got to make sure if you push B, right, you're going to need one for C connector and probably one for upper in some ways. And even then, like, there's still a low ground. You can't really fake it that much. You actually need 3 or 4 smokes to make sure that you don't just get shut down.
I think the interesting thing as well will be if they can take these double ops away. We've seen them put mousesports economy on the ropes a couple times. Is if, you know, obviously mousesports prioritizing that very early on in this CTF. If you take that away, what's the defense going to start looking like? Simple with the AK-47, it's pistols and plenty of nades around that. But again, you can see the rifles wanting to keep space. Kerrigan and Frozen playing up close. One of the AWPs on Chris J towards Ivy, one is going to be the rotator to that outer bomb site. So they should have the information passed on from Frozen and Kerrigan, know where to position themselves if they need to get involved in the action.
They have such a good defense set up out here in the yard. Even not that far away, Woxic able to rotate through that C connector. They don't feel any pressure right now, mousesports, and they kind of shouldn't as well. Look at the weaponry there on the Navi side. Simple with the AK-47. Now that would be a trick if they could make that work in this round. And actually, Boomich going to be picking up Frozen now, setting up for the classic wall of smokes out here. Kerrigan putting him on down in front. That's a great weight. That's a really nice offense in the middle of all of this. And he's going to get the kill on Flamey, and that'll slow it all down now. 30 seconds left as Chris is going to be taking down Boomich, but they've swapped it around back with the bomb in the B bomb site. They don't have almost anything to hold it with. This might come all down to Simple, and that, oh, actually, they were even second-guessing this one. Could he do it with the AK? Gonna go for the first fight there. Doesn't commit to it, and Chris will take him down. That must have been a good kill.
You could see, though, Simple getting highly aggressive. That one AK-47, he knew it was basically their best chance to turn this round in their favor. It doesn't pan out. It's a very nice fake, though. And with the plant and Electronic fighting an M4, it's not the worst result in the world. They would have liked maybe 1 or 2 more kills. However, mousesports are doing a very good job of recovering on this defense. Now they can start feeling a bit more comfortable. You could see the money behind these players. It's quite nice that it's building up to this level. Even with Frozen getting a little over-aggressive in towards ladder room, this is a good shot from Chris J as he comes up the ladder. And obviously the follow-up, Simple had already given away the game on his advance, his aggressive position.
Yeah, but not bad at all. You really do see in that moment the difference between sort of one thing is getting the bomb down in that B bomb site, but then right afterwards you have that control problem. Like you can't just, I mean, Simple is doing the right thing, I guess, just by pushing up. You kind of have to be a little bit aggressive. Woxic nearly getting that flick, very dangerous. Flamey out here. Seems like they kind of know that he's, no, actually, oh, Kerrigan. That is a nice find.
That's, Flamey's gonna be frustrated. In another round, that might get him a pick. Oh, that's a great shot from Boomich. Actually faster than Simple on the flick upwards. And the equalizing kill is found for Navi. Down into a 4-on-4. Running out of nades on both sides of the map with 1 minute and 20 seconds. This is such a brawl in terms of utility and finding position early in these rounds in Electronic. Again, gonna go for that isolated duel. He wants to find something from Ivy.
This is a great position to be in, especially this early on in the round, because somebody could easily come back and check it in 10 seconds and kind of, you know, forget mentally that they may have lost that part of the map.
It's tough, though. We've harped a lot on utility in the early stage in these first 8 rounds of this game, and Electronic has nothing to use to take this fight towards the angle. If Woxic rotates back and has that, there's really no way to, you can't smoke him off, you can't flash him out, so you've got to rely on your teammates as you turn into a lurk.
Frozen, oh, they all line up for him, and he's going to take every single one. Boomich, Simple, and Zeus. That is the worst thing that could have possibly happened. They would, I mean, I don't even know how that happens. How do they all peek that angle?
The timing of the peak is so perfect from Frozen. Oh, you don't get that lucky every single day, but he's going to be very happy. I think at what was it, Simple with the op holding the angle, and he just had teammates walking in front of him right when the peak comes in.
What do you do if you're Simple? Just shoot anyway? Just say, listen, too bad.
Take it, you know, it's the whole Keanu Reeves thing. Shoot the hostage. It's from Speed, you know, if he's watching movies from the 90s, maybe he wasn't, you know, old enough back then, but...
You know, even if you didn't grow up in that area, you should go back and watch those, you know, anyway. It's really worth doing.
Oh yeah, I think actually I think he was even tagged by Simple. Simple might have shot him right through a teammate. You could see him get chunked down there just a little bit. Might have just been a rifle bullet, but you could see it's not easy to manage that when you have 3 players in that tight choke point walking right in front of you.
Well, there's a narrative fix. You know, what we did that round, let's not do that again. we really don't need that.
That's an easy conversation.
Anyone disagree? Anyone want to try it one more time? No.
Navi is getting locked out by this double op setup. It is a thing of beauty so far for mousesports. It's been very effective. 4 players outside initially as Voxic rotates back towards inner. This time Navi's a little less aggressive with the nades early on in the round. It was previously we saw both these teams just trade Molotovs and HEs back and forth, and both teams very low at the mid and 20. This time both sides being very conservative.
Yeah, which is a little bit more closer to normal, right? Kind of want to try and be careful. A lot of damage on the Kerrigan, who, by the way, is playing with the M4A1. Molotov, HE on top of Vumic. He's lucky to make it out alive. And Chris now, that's an awkward angle to hold with the AW. He's got a lot of backup there, but still, if anyone goes down next to him, he now has to spin around with that orb all the time to try and find some new angle to fight at. That could get really weird. So, yeah, I'd be watching Chris here. He's going to take down Electronic. That's good news. And he's still got the backup behind him, but you can tell he's already getting nervous. Voxic getting one more kill, and Simple lining up for the double, taking down Chris and Frozen. Still about 30 seconds left as Boomich goes down, and they still might be able to hold this mousesports. They've got everybody here, although Simple will find a 3rd kill. Zeus will get Voxic, and now it's all on Robs. He's snuck out. Great angle here. Zeus has got the bomb, and he's going to be walking. Oh no, the bomb plant position. That's not good. Robs, he's going to get the kill, but Simple will end the round with a quad. I don't know what Rob was doing there.
That was a really awkward peek. I don't know exactly what happened either, but it seemed like he had the planner in sight. Zeus spotted him as well to jump up the awkward angle right around E-Box. That's tough, but this is a beautiful job from Simple, picking and choosing his fights and coming out at the perfect moment. You mentioned it, that defense can collapse very, very quickly when Chris J is fighting at that angle, and when he's turned around with the op. And the fact that, you know, Kerrigan was brought so low, that's one element of the defense for Chris J that couldn't really help him. Didn't have the HP to get into a dirty fight, and Simple's able to swing the round. Finally, Navi back on the board. But they should be able to, well, mousesports should be able to bring out another double op setup.
Yeah, I think that's one of the benefits anyway, isn't it, of having it survive for such a long time, that even when it finally gets broken, you can just sort of pick into it again and you're right back on track. 6-4 though. I would say we're looking at a somewhat of an open game.
Oh, wide open. Still
Yeah.
very wide open. And all it takes is maybe 1 or 2 more miscues from the mousesports side. And look at this kind of a buy. You know, playing the economy game, Chris J goes for the SMG.
Thing is, if it was anybody else, I would say,
You criticize it?
Yeah,
Nope.
but I've seen Chris do some really nutty stuff with this particular gun.
He was one of the first players we saw able to really make the SMGs look like an extremely dangerous weapon, even on buy rounds. So he looks like he wants to get aggressive.
Even Kriegs and Orcs and Scouts, like Chris is kind of an innovator on this particular front on all these weapons that people sometimes don't play with. So maybe someone should do an interview about that. Like, why does he want to try and do that all the time? Oh, wow. Well, what a play.
That is what you call a coin toss, and it's landed heads for him this time. Frozen's going to have the initial defense. Oh, they don't hold that angle. Boomich trying to turn the corner, and Flamey gets sucked right into the crossfire setup, and now Zeus just has to push forward. He picks up an AK-47 on his way, but Navi's out of this round. They have nothing in it. Simple still alive, but he can only do so much, and there goes Zeus. Bomb on the ground. Simple with the op. 1 versus 4, 50 seconds. He's got time. But this is going to be difficult even for him.
Yeah, they have grenades as well. I don't know. They would have to give him something for this to work out. Like, they need for someone to make some sort of critical mistake. The bomb is down there as well. Might even be worth it just to save the AWP. They can't really buy much next round as well, so that AWP could be the thing that makes the opening. Of course, if he can't get out, he might be worried that they're going to come find him. I feel like Chris got robbed in this round. He got the 1 kill flanking on Electronic, and that was good, but
he didn't get robbed at all. I'll tell you, I mean, yeah, with a flank like that, a play like that through the smoke, you'd maybe like expect like a double or triple kill on the flank.
Yeah, he'd set it up nicely, you know.
But, you know, he won the round for his team.
Yeah.
The kills go to Rops, the kill goes to Frozen, but the fact that they're able to stack 3 players that enter bomb site, you had 1 on the rotation and Chris J on the flank, like, that's your payoff. It's not the scoreboard, it's not the frags, it's the 1 round.
Be honest, Moses. What do you want? Do you want win the round or like a nice triple highlight, quad highlight even?
Win the round.
What if it's an ace?
I'm a round winner.
What if you could get the ace but you lost it? Would you take that?
No. Take the win, Anders. This is why we don't play matchmaking together.
Listen, I don't think a lot of people agree with you on that.
Well, you said it. Simple saves the op. It's the only weapon they have to work with, surrounded by pistols. And if he can provide an opening, and then those Deagles, the Tech 9, can get into some space, that's where Navi might be able to turn this. They do spot the presence in ladder room. The SMG back in the hands of Chris J. 1 more.
Shooting Boomich in the shins. Oh, no. That's... What? No.
Oh, God. This is really awkward. He's got fire above, fire below.
How did it split?
They both threw different Molotovs. There's the kill from Boomich right through the floor. Boomich threw one on the ladder, and Chris J, I think, threw one upwards. Someone threw one upwards. Maybe it was Chris J's teammate. Either way, awkward exchange, and Rop's now trying to hold on, but another awkward fight for him, and now it's starting to work for Navi. They found the entries. Zeus watching the flank. He goes down, but Simple, this is where he comes alive with the op.
Yeah, it really needs to be as well. This is a great pull for Navi. If they could pick up this round, that would be huge. 2 on 2 with the bomb down. Woxic has a Molotov, and that could actually make a really big difference here in the final moments. It's going to be put down, forcing Simple on top of the train, and still with the flank right behind. Frozen going to be shutting down 1, and a great follow-up, even through the flames there. Not always easy to see. That's a quad kill out of Frozen to save the round for mousesports.
They had to have known he was on the flank, and Simple was being pretty nonchalant about, you know, not even checking the flank whatsoever.
Yeah.
It felt like he could have gone down a number of times. So this is...
Check this out. There is no other Molotov. It just burns in both places. That's pure magic.
Yeah,
We've just witnessed pure magic.
Well, we knew we'd get some at ESL Cologne. And
Yeah, it's a bit early on, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit early on for that. 8-4. This double op setup has been great for mousesports. Navi has not been able to find a consistent way to go up against it, and if they don't get the pistol round in the ensuing 2 afterwards, this is a very gross half.
Oh.
Good pick from Simple. That's towards Ivy.
Oh, yeah, but just don't stand in the fire. Oh, Boomich goes down, trying to shoulder peek, went a little bit too far. Look at this play from Frozen, though. This is the kind of thing that really makes a round now. All he needs is a little bit of luck on the timing, turning around and catching Flamey, and following it up with the kill on Electronic. Couldn't have known that Simple was also going to be there, but Robs is going to be able to hold it on that side, and that will be another round for mousesports. No problem here. Those kind of plays in that A yard, when you can sort of manage to sneak around behind the actual offense, that just works so well. And actually, you saw, I mean, Carrigan tried to do it a little bit earlier when he'll put down a smoke in front of the T-smokes.
Yes.
That sort of stuff is so cool.
It's also one of the strengths of this mousesports team. I mean, we saw Chris J do it a couple times with the SMG, but you think of guys, you know, someone like Frozen, someone like Rops, incredible individual ability and an incredible sense for playmaking. And this is what they like to do. They don't like to just sit back behind smokes and wait for the set piece to come in. They want to kind of ruin it before it even begins. And here against Navi, that's working very well.
Ooh. Timing shot for Carrigan. He was flashed, but Electronic still going down. And this is starting to become a bit of a problem for Navi now. And look, wow, that's a problem. Now that's a problem.
No, this is what I was just talking about. They don't like to just sit around. He's got the dink. He knows it, and he does find that. Rops has gotten into a couple very sketchy fights, and this one he comes out on top of. Flamey now going to try and find his way out with the Deagle. He's been spotted, and he's locked in by the AWP. Navi getting desperate to find some entry into these bomb sites, and it's just not panning out for him. And on the other side of things, mousesports obviously starting to get way more confident with these pushes, with these flanks.
That whole scenario for Robs was just, that was so uncomfortable to watch. He did win it. Nice shot from Simple to take down Carrigan. Good timing on that smoke. But still.
He did show himself to the op and then jump back to a new position, but there's another op waiting for him. They're not fooled whatsoever when that smoke clears, and Zeus just chilling back at the dumpster.
Yeah, 1 versus 4 here for a round that's really critical for them. This is kind of trending towards an 11-4 half in favor of mousesports, and that would be a very good result, I think. Su's jumping down, going to get caught by Robs, and that will be the round. I don't know. The word cringe is thrown around a lot, Moses, but that idea, because obviously when you're looking straight down shooting, there's like that pivot point where you can't actually drag your mouse. There is actually, by the way, a command if you have cheats on that'll allow you to keep rotating all the way around 360. I
don't think we have that command allowed here, I would imagine.
I hope we're not playing with cheats on. I'm not going to lie. If we have SV cheats on, that would be a problem.
Well, Simple's got 16 kills. His next closest teammate has 9. That's Boomich. And I mean, that's a story that we've seen unfold all too often. That is disgusting. And he's going to fall away. And he's going to set Chris J up for a freebie. mousesports, this dynamic defense. I mean, it says everything. I think Navi has won, what, 1 round in this half since mousesports got the double op out on the field, even though there were some close affairs. There was some pretty sketchy economy for mousesports early on, but overall, no real issues, and now Navi really getting picked apart in this last round.
That looked like a very crisp shot out of Robs. You really like to see those kind of things. Electronic now 1 versus 5, going to be picking up the first kill, but surely no way out of this one. 11-4 in favor of mousesports in the first half. That is a great result.
That is a phenomenal result. Good job from mousesports. But as we talked about before the game went live, we're always a little bit worried about their T side. And we're going to see what they have in store for us after the break.
I don't want your empathy, I just want another enemy. I'm not gonna change a thing for you. I'm over middle ground, and I really wanna burn it down. I'm not your friend, and I won't pretend I am. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege, and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm at a fever pitch, you're at a leisurely pace. I'm unscathed, I'm unafraid. A warm welcome to the war game.
Welcome to the war game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Second half going to be coming up between mousesports and Navi. We are on train, and it is the opening match here of ESL 1 Cologne. I can't wait to get this all underway. We've been waiting for way too long, and especially maybe we've been waiting for Navi, who haven't really played a lot of games recently, and it's not been great the first half.
Oh, and we mentioned the idea that these teams taking extended breaks come back with, you know, what we like to call the ring rust, and just it takes a while to play back into that. Well, this is not the event you want to do that at. This is not the format. They mentioned on the desk, you come into this, you lose that opening best of one, and you've got a real battle, a real war that you have to grind back into this. It's so many best of threes to make it into the playoffs and even eventually take that trophy. And for the defending champions of ESL 1 Cologne, that would not be a fun thing to have to experience, to defend your title coming back all the way like that. Down 4-11.
That is such a rough beginning. Again, I said I had my reservations about Mouse Sports on this T side, but 11-4 is kind of hard to argue with.
Especially when you see how switched on some of those Mouse Sports players have looked. The Ops have been on point. Rops has looked pretty solid. Frozen as well, being assertive. It's going to be Boomich on the initial defense. He hasn't spotted out, though. Oh, Kerrigan's going to get just by him immediate. That's simple down. That's a big piece of the defense. A big piece of the Navi puzzle on Boomich. Oh, he can't land that shot. He's given away his positioning. He's given away the game, and he's got to fall back.
Yeah, he really needed that kill, although Electronic trying to make up for it. Kerrigan's still fighting with that Glock in hand, turns it around, second kill, making it a third, and now falling back around the train. He almost makes it, but Zeus is going to catch him, and that's a big kill. Now it's up to Frozen to try and defend that bomb and make sure nobody can defuse it. They don't have a kit. Oh, there's one picked up by Electronic, just as I say it, but what a shot from Zeus. Not a great first half for him, but 2 kills in the pistol. That's going to make a big difference.
Absolutely needed that, especially considering Kerrigan was so effective on that opening. Simple went down so quick. Shake of the head there. This is beautiful, and it's unfortunate timing, and this might be some miscommunication between new players. Boomich gets aggressive, and he's not guarding that position. Didn't check the left side of that train before making that play, and it really allows Simple to get dropped too. You'd imagine would transition to looking at that position, but either way, pissed around for Navi, so all's good, kind of.
Yeah, right back on track, you would say, or that's that too optimistic?
That's too optimistic at this point.
Okay. Well, I don't know. AK on Robs. They got a bomb plant. Said, you know what? And Kerrigan must have dropped that, I guess.
Yes, he did with those 3 kills, and
what a leader.
That'll be fine because in the next round, you know, especially if they get a plant, it's going to be a pretty solid buy, and Kerrigan can just have pistol and get the utility for his team, so it'll still be a very big factor. Zeus almost gets caught, and he's got no nades to really buy time. So if Mousesports was just going to explode upon that, it might overexpose Electronic, but now everyone rotating in. Just a couple flashbangs. Here's the Og, tapping away, controlling, and Simple's got a couple as well, but Electronic being a beautiful distraction, and that single AK-47 for Mousesports couldn't get enough done. They had a chance there. I mean, Zeus in a world goes down there, and that becomes really tough to recover from.
Yeah, but I would even say they had a chance with the AK, right? Like, that is the one job of the AK at that range. So, like, they had the opportunity, didn't really work out. Simple at 19-9 and almost 100 ADR. That's what they need.
Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone at this point. Yeah,
it really shouldn't. I just realized, because Rob's sort of real name is Robin, so is Flusher, so is with Fiflaren. You could almost make a team with all Robins. Like, it's close.
Okay.
And you couple more. That was my inside moves. I don't have anything else. Like, I don't know. You look at me like there's some sort of point to this, but obviously not. Oh, that's a nice smoke to put out the Molotov. Still, Simple long range to spray down Kerrigan and Woxic, and that Molotov would have ruined the whole round. And now there's still a chance here. Simple up on the high ground, looking for the 3rd kill. He's still at 100% health, but he's got to be careful. Chris is going to flank him. He gets the headshot anyway. That was half a second difference. Now it's a 1 versus 2, and they're going to put a grenade right in Chris' face. He's still going to get a headshot on Flamey. What an aim we're looking at here, and now tapping the bomb inside. He's off it already. Boomich trying to play a next level game coming around, but Chris is coming, and he's going to get the kill too. A triple for Chris, saving the round for Mousesports. What a round.
That's so gross. Not even the shot, but the reposition afterwards. Boomich had no idea. Probably like every other clutch, he's expecting him to just fall back up that ramp, play the bomb a little bit, but Chris J getting in behind the smoke, realizes he has a window of opportunity to get into a crazy position, even calls the bluff on tapping that defuse. He might have heard a footstep right there at the end. 12-6. Auto shotgun out for Boomich, Simple with the AWP, and they really need everyone to get going. A lot of pressure on this inner bomb site early on, a lot of fast pace. Remember, they just smoked that off. They do it again. Same strategy. This time Zeus is ready. This time Simple's ready as well. Mousesports tries to deliver a knockout punch with a strategy that worked reasonably well last time, and they're the ones shut down instead.
I love that smoke towards the ramp. Like the timing of it is just so good.
It's a gimmicky kind of thing, isn't it?
It
Because
really
it is a bit of a risk. It worked the first time, not the second. I imagine if Mousesports gets into a tough time in this T side, I imagine we'll see that strategy at least once more down the stretch if Navi start really making this a convincing comeback.
Yeah.
7-12, they're not too far off from turning the corner.
I feel like it's almost the mentality, if you're Zeus in this position, it's very often once you put down that Molotov, you just feel like, okay, I'm at least somewhat safe for a second.
3 seconds or so.
And then it's like, nope, they're just going to be coming right through. This time it did not work out at all, so they're going to have to come up with something else. 5-round gap. Auto shotgun on Boomich. In Pop Dog, why not?
Yeah, we do love to see that.
We actually do love it.
We've seen that gun be effective at mid-range as well, so I think even if they come out mid, there's going to be a chance, but Simple might just kill them all before the shotgun can get involved.
I feel like the current auto shotty king is probably Jax on Nuke.
That was a sick round, wasn't it?
He did it like a couple of he did another round even, didn't he, in France? So I don't know if that's a title you want, but we'll give it to him anyway.
Well, a chance for the auto shotgun to get in.
It is the way that it deletes people from just the existence of the game, just out.
It's beautiful. I like that a lot. 8-12. Navi coming back, and look at the cash flow. Got some money behind him now, can feel confident. The auto shotgun is going to stick in Boomich's hands, likely try and get that into Pop Dog again. Be close up, maybe again towards T mid.
It's good to see in some ways. Like, there's a level of comfort for me in watching Navi, and sort of like even though you haven't seen this for a while, nothing's changed. It's still simple, you know, sort of dragging things ahead, and the rest of the team, you know, just need a little bit more, and they're going to be right back in this. Flamey, there's that little bit more. Doesn't actually need to stick around, but he will. Gets one more headshot. Seems overly greedy for my taste, but still worth it.
Yeah, that third going up, taking the duel against Kerrigan might have been indeed, but yeah, damage is done, and if he gets that kill, the round's over at that point. Hard to stop yourself sometimes when you have that kind of a sequence, but now the real awkward part is this auto shotgun trying to get into position, and it's Rob's holding the angle. That's a free kill, and now this is where the overextension from Flamey really comes into play. If he falls back there, it's still a man advantage for the Navi side. Instead, we have a 3-on-3.
So is he going to try and make up for it? He's walking towards it up against Robs, and if he can't win this fight, that's going to be a really big problem. Nice crouching from Robs, and he does again seem to be so on point. Second kill of the round for him. Actually was even pre-firing that angle against Simple, but the bomb is over at main.
Navi can win this one. They're actually in great positions, all things considered, for a 2-on-3. Electronic just waiting in this ladder room. Even though they know he's here, how do you clear him out? Oh, that was a kill that he really wanted. Would have been beautiful, would have given him such a lead, and Simple dinked, but he responds in kind.
Does the Molotov, forcing Kerrigan into a different position. Gonna go for the bomb plant. Simple already tagged up, which is a bit of an issue here. No more smokes or anything else like that. He's got a little bit of time to find Kerrigan, but the AWP, I don't know if there's anything else that he could be picking up. Maybe he doesn't even want to. It is Simple after all. Just edging his way out, probably hoping Kerrigan would go for the peak early on, but that's not happening. So now instead, he's on top of the train, gonna make a bit of noise, jumping down, tapping the bomb a single time, and now he's just guessing Kerrigan right on the other side, and he's gonna get the timing, and Kerrigan will pick it up. You see the excitement there. They know that they need to close this one out before Navi really get fired up. That was a round again with a 2-for-1 trade to start it with, and they still couldn't win it.
No, that's the thing. I mean, Flamey gets those 2 kills, and it was, what, a 5-on-3, and then the next time you see it, it's a 3-on-2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the overextension, it seems like such a small thing at the time, and eventually just goes down and gets punished. You could see Boomich trying to get late in towards ladder room, trying to get into a new position. He's dropped as well. This was all great until then, and you can see Mousesports getting really loving these smoke Molotov plays to get someone in position and maybe catch someone from Navi off guard, presenting something where you can maybe lull them into a false sense of security and really take advantage of it. A nice win from Kerrigan.
I would have been quite happy with Flamey just getting the first kill and falling back even.
On Woxic?
Yeah, I wasn't even, I was fine with that.
You weren't into the follow-up kill after that? I mean, obviously it was great when it came out.
I like it for the highlights, but again, thinking about it, no, just fall back at that point in time.
See, so now you're all about the round win. 10 rounds later.
if you'd got an ace Mose out of it, then I'm willing to risk it. But it has to be that kind of payoff.
Well, they've had a couple chances, and they've taken advantage of Zeus a number of times to start these rounds. Woxic in position to try and do it again, but this time Zeus gonna play more passive. That should be a great nade. That is a great nade. Woxic down to 46 HP. Nice chip damage from the defensive side.
Try and see if they can go for that clever boost to look all the way over. Triple. Woxic all the way on top. That's a very deep angle. So he's not gonna catch anyone with it, but still, if it does work, obviously that's amazing. Trying it again. Doubling down on it.
I think they would like to throw some utility to try and force a rotation or try and force someone into that crossfire, but they just don't have it to spare. Everything they have, they need to save for the actual hit itself. And Zeus priming the Molotov, he's going to throw it now. It's a little late. It's going to split them up. It actually does great damage to Woxic, but they haven't pushed his position just yet. That is a big-time kill. Now if he can just survive a little bit longer, Woxic picks him off.
An important frag there. Woxic. Oh, he just comes off the angle, and when he's back, boom, he's going to be there to take him down with the Org Robs. Seems to be a reliable source for frags right now, although he's down to 10 health, and that's obviously not a comfortable position to be in. They don't have any more grenades for him, otherwise I think he'd probably be done up on the high ground there. Simple sneaking in with the AWP. And now for mousesports, they're both stuck behind this train, and that is not going to work out well. Another round for Navi, 9 on the board now. And it is starting to look just a little bit better for them.
Starting to feel like the comeback is in full force, and this is that mousesports offense we kind of touched on. We know in the past it's really kind of struggled and it's really hit its obstacles, and another one here.
We should maybe say as well, if there's one thing you don't want this tournament, it's going into that lower bracket, right? Like you don't want to lose any games here because the competition. Like, it's just going to be rough no matter what, right?
Yeah, but I mean, naturally, you don't want to lose any games just by nature of not wanting to lose, but certainly it is just such a massive grind to go through the lower portions of these brackets and try and get back into this tournament and make it to those playoffs.
And it's also not a tournament where you could say, well, at least we're going to be facing some, like, you know, some easier teams down there. Probably not, you know, probably not. Simple, Flamey with a couple of opening kills here against the Pistols of mousesports, and it should be an easy round to clean up from here on out. Zeus aggressively hunting. Needs the kills.
Yes, why not?
Who can blame him?
Get him while you can. He's had a pretty stressful time at that inner bomb site, so I think, you know, for him too, it's just please let me get a freebie or two. Either way, Navi back in this within striking distance, just 3 rounds behind, and they've got plenty of money to work with. 10-13 in the favor of mousesports. Simple's going to get his 30. You have to imagine.
Yeah, I think that's in his contract, isn't it? Like that's how they pay him.
I will get 30 kills every game, legally obliged. Pop Flash comes in and he dodges it. How perfect was that? But you could see he missed the timing on the re-peek, and just why risk the fight?
Yeah, not really worth it, is it? Oh, a little bit of danger there. Does make it out, no problem. And Flamey, he seems to be so aware of this, but somehow Woxic had the better vision from that angle. That's not an exact science, is it? I feel like it's not.
No, it doesn't feel like it would be, but either way, that boost over, maybe just with the vertical angle looking down, you got to see a little bit of an elbow or something, but mousesports have a 5-on-4, one of the few advantages they've been able to find. Frozen now. I really see mid, and he's waiting for his timing, and actually he's gonna be the assassin if he can get that kill, but Electronic holds the line, and now they both focus towards T-mid. Kerrigan gets caught as well, and this Ivy attack, it needs to do some damage, but they're struggling to get involved just yet. Up on top of the train, Simple can't see with the AWP, and now into a 3-on-3. This is dangerous for the defense.
Ooh, actually gets the headshot, but Chris still able to pick it up instead with the Creek. I can't believe the timing coming out of main there for Frozen. It looked like he was about to shut down the whole round. Now Boomich covering the bomb as well from back there. They do have a Molotov and a smoke, so they can actually lock him out of this and pick up that bomb, but they need to go, and instead it's going to be Woxic to pick it up. And look at the excitement. They're loving this right now on the mousesports side. They are edging their way closer to a map win here against Navi. It's 14-10 now.
Yeah, doing a really good job of just keeping Navi at arm's length, despite the fact that Navi has really closed the gap and as I said, put this within striking distance. They're just always keeping a little bit of a buffer there, and obviously on the T side when it can get so difficult, that's why you see them so hyped. These T rounds are difficult to come by, and mousesports not able to string them together. Every time they just win one of those rounds, it just takes a little bit more pressure off.
Well, I'm gonna hold that thought for just a second here as they are rushing out. Kerrigan charging in and somehow wins the fight. There are going to be a couple of return kills, and that's very important for Navi. They must win this round. It's going to be Electronic going down. That was an amazing angle for Chris. Almost nothing showing at all. Simple still fighting, and he's going to get another kill. And I want 1-on-2 here. Rob's very low on health, and there should be no way for him to win this. He's locked in behind the E-box. They have another HE, and that's going to be going over. Would have been one way or the other. Good defense this time. That previous round, when Electronic walks out to fight Chris, I kind of want to almost go back and watch that to figure out if Boomich had actually seen the bomb at main. Because I feel like if he had, then there was no point in Electronic, you know, going out a connector to try and fight. Like Boomich could have said, actually, I'm in Pop Dog, it's fine, they don't even have the bomb yet. Let's just try and play this one safely.
Might have been a communication error. Remember that we're going to see some of that out of Navi with Boomich being a new recruit, and even though they had time off and plenty of time to practice and they have a lot of faith in him, there's going to be those miscues. Maybe it was just his communication wasn't fully absorbed and acknowledged by Electronic, which is also a possibility. Communication is a two-way street, Anders, as any married man would know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. They have a smoke and a flashbang. There's the flashbang. Simple, not even interested. Oh, that's nice. Long range, deagle shot now. Zeus with the pistol out. He's going to go down as well. I mean, this should still be a pretty safe round right now for Navi, but you never know. Frozen's still alive, has a Molotov as well, and he actually is going to get the headshot on Boomich. I take it all back. Electronic sneaking in behind, and he's going to get the kill there, but still Frozen. It's too early. He really wants to do it, but he has to actually wait. If he throws it now, it's not going to be worth anything. Still think that might have been a little bit too soon. Electronic, actually has to come off. That does go on top of it. And he's the one with the kit as well, so he really doesn't want to be going down, and they'll pick it up, but still. I was worried.
I was really confused. Electronic decided to, I don't know, he's doing like the walk on the hot coals challenge. Either way, Navi will take this round, get things a little bit closer now.
And saving the two ops.
Yeah, which is huge.
That's not bad at all.
No, and with these rebuys, I mean, the money that was once so strong for this Navi defense is looking to be in a dire position. First time out of the game being called, 12-14. We've gone way, way deep. Both teams confident with the game plan they came into this. Now Navi either maybe deciding to change something up or just kind of discussing how they want to handle these attacks, what they're seeing from mousesports. And I guess if you're Navi, the biggest thing you take away is the amount of times that you've seen mousesports just go for that like early smoke onto a Molotov to get some kind of action. We've seen it towards the inner bomb site. We saw it towards Ivy with Woxic trying to get a pick with the AWP. And I think maybe if you're Navi, if you're Zeus, you better be damn prepared for that play towards the inner ramp, the lower ramp that they did early on.
And as you pointed out, Simple did get his 30 kills already.
He's there, 30 and 14. As we see so many times, I mean, not just the one-man army idea, but there's so much talent on this Navi team, just sometimes it seems slow to start. And Simple is usually the one at least buying them time to get the players, you know, locked in and performing admirably.
Couple of smokes out there by the E-box, but the bomb is actually rotated all the way around. So this is probably just to keep a couple of people here. Down on that B bomb site, Zeus is going to be there with a Molotov and an HE. But if they get him down quick, that's a pretty good grenade actually. And look at the play over at main. That's Boomich pushing. You see nobody, and he actually looked around the smoke. So yeah, they're going to be calling for a lot of rotations coming in quickly. Zeus down on the low ground. He's got a little bit of backup with Simple behind him on that AWP, but they're running up the sidewalk, and he almost gets it, but not quite. And now Electronic is down as well. This is a great hit for mousesports.
Yeah, no one watching sidewalk from the Navi side. No one rotated to have that. Now the ops start coming into play. It's still a 3-on-4. It's not going to be easy. They're relying on Boomich. These ops staying far back, letting the flight come to fruition. And now, what do you do if you're trying to hold this as mousesports? You have to push forward and right into the ops, and Frozen's got one, going for the follow-up, and it's not going to happen. Navi, the flight from Boomich is so effective, and the patience from the op as well. Well done with a stellar retake, and that happened so fast. Yes. I don't think mousesports know what hit him.
I mean, definitely. He even went the extra step of sort of, you know, doing the little ninja jump up on the box. He wanted to make absolutely sure that if anyone came back there, they were never going to be able to peek that angle. So That was really well done. Yeah, look at this, just taking the jump down. I mean, if you're Woxic, yeah, you just have to try and flick it. What a great retake, and that throws the whole map into question now.
Yeah, it really does. I thought that was going to be Mouse Sports for sure. I like the idea. They've gone back and they've attacked Zeus at that inner bomb site. I mean, why not just go for it? He's had a tough start to this game. You've exploited him once or twice towards the inner bomb site. He actually even done it a number of times. Maybe not winning the rounds, but you're getting yourself into a post-plant situation, a favorable situation for yourself. And now Navi going to get aggressive. Look at Boomich. Kerrigan's going to have heard the tick of that Molotov. So he falls away. A lot of early utility used by Navi means that Mouse Sports is going to have the nade advantage when they eventually do want to run a set piece. Only one smoke, though, and that's just utilized right now. So Mouse Sports have to do something with this, and it's not the most effective entry. There's 3 Navi players looking at that choke point.
Frozen taking down Kerrigan's. Flamey with a good kill there. Trying to get the next flick in, but look at how low on health they are. Frozen and Woxic, there should be no way out of this one, although the scout somehow able to pick up Flamey. That's interesting.
Look at the HP, though.
Yeah.
Mouse Sports can't take any more damage. Woxic going to lead the way out. Zeus has already got an off angle. Frozen's turn. Good old Gladiator, and that Molotov forces the issue. I think he was spotted.
Yeah, I want to say that he was too. 35 seconds. I don't know if it's really going to be... A kill would still be pretty decent in terms of just causing some more damage to the Navi economy, but that's not going to happen yet. So a little bit of an accident here. Oh yeah, I don't know.
And what are you supposed to do? You're getting shot at from so many different angles and a very narrow choke point with a lot of bodies coming out of it. Hectic and confusing things happen. It feels like that kind of a play. If that's the way you're trying to entry as Mouse Sports at this stage in the game, I think you're running out of ideas.
I mean,
go back to gimmicky. Go back to the smoke, the Molotov on the lower ramp. Try and get in there. Zeus is playing that bomb site alone. Yeah, get into it.
This is my worry. I think I mentioned it in the first half even that that I've seen this before too many times on train.
Here's the tough part though. Look at the scores right now. There's 4 plants that Mouse Sports has gotten, including that pistol round. One of those you would imagine is like one of those half buy with the deagle. I think it was the round where there was a hero bot AK. Regardless, the plan to get into the bomb sites has worked multiple times, and even that retake with Boomich on the flank was Mouse Sports in a 4-on-3 against 2 ops trying to retake. They've had the rounds. They've put themselves in the favorable position, not able to come out on top of them, but you're at least getting into the bomb sites, and that's all you can ask for out of your tactics from there. It's all about how smart you can play. And they're not going to pick things up. They're not going to smoke off that Molotov. They're going to let Zeus fall back safely. They know Simple is the rotator. Here comes the set piece.
Yep, smoke there to try and see if they can block off Simple, but he's going to get a kill anyway, and now the flashbang to set it up for Zeus. He's going to get 1 kill there. And also Woxic down to half health. They are at least going to get the bomb plant down, but they don't have very much control down here. I think Simple actually being blocked by his own weapon there. And they couldn't see Robs down on the low ground. There will be a refrag, and it is still looking very good here. Woxic, P250, pretty good pistol, but I don't see him making it out of this one. And he's going to go down to Electronic with the flank. Team Ace coming out for Navi, and now they're at 15.
This is unreal. Have they come all the way back just to snatch it away right in round 30? 15-14, final round coming into it. 5 rounds straight now for this Navi defense, and Mouse Sports has gotten demolished on this T side. Oh dear.
What's the play here?
I said go back to gimmicky, but I don't think it's so hard to make that decision when you have full sets of nades. Like, you have everything you could want.
I say, like, 2 main, 3-man Ivy, smoke towards Yard, and then push 3 men towards CT spawn. That is fun. I like the Ivy pushes. Simple. Pretty aggressive out here with the AWP, and they're ready for it. Oh, but he's just gonna come back for more. Flamey picking up Woxic, not the start that Mouse Sports were looking for. They need that overtime. Robs, though, that was a really wide peak. And Simple not quick enough for once. That's gonna be a great kill to find a great refrag.
Oh, Frozen just played this so well. The Molotov to follow up is going to force them out of ladder room. A lot of damage being taken, and he burns. Frozen's giving them a man advantage, but you still have one player, Zeus, inside at Spindle. Will they expect this? They know it was simple, aggressive with the AWP. Kerrigan spamming, and he's got that frag as well. Looks like Mouse Sports want to force overtime. Map one of ESL1 Cologne. A 4-on-2 advantage, and surely you do not let this one slip away.
Yeah, let's get to that overtime. That would be the perfect way to set the stage for this awesome tournament. Now, Electronic sneaking up behind. He wants to steal it away. He's so patient, and he's going to get them both. What trigger discipline. Now it's at least 2-on-2. They don't really have any smokes to try and block off much of anything. Chris going to be blocking off the sidewalk instead. He misses the chance for a flick, and Rob's going to miss the chance. Oh, no! They stole it back. And that's going to be the win for Navi, 16-14. An unbelievable 2 versus 4 retake. And the defending champions, I mean, that's a huge upset here to begin with. Mouse Sports, they were so far ahead, it looked like they had this locked down.
And look how happy Simple is. I think you have to realize if you're Navi that you get away from one here. And if you're Mouse Sports, you go into that lower bracket, you go into the path of hell to get back into this event. And it's all based off 2 poorly played post plants. That final round, wow. And one earlier in a 4-on-3 with the flank from Boomich. So nice play from Navi. We're going to head to the desk.
Wow, my goodness, that looked like overtime. I've barely got my headset on in time. I was just, you know, resigning myself to the fact that a 2v4 after plant with good after plant positions wasn't going to go the way of Navi, but what do I know?
Yeah, that is absolutely insane that both Boomich and Electronic could have that kind of impact on 2 massive retakes, right? We're sitting